To Vata, Mimi, Kena, and George as well. Thank you so much for coming through. We know you've got a massive trip ahead of you. You're going to be going through to KwaZulu-Natal, all the way from Joburg. I'll start with you, Mimi. Can you tell me how many Ks it is from here all the way to Pietermaritzburg, I think you're going?
What, 510?
Yep.
510 kilometers.
Okay. All right, now let's get an understanding of what this trip is about. I mean, this is a campaign that you guys have embarked on, and it involves quite a few cyclists. Skinner, can you give us a quick overview of what the campaign is about?
No, absolutely, Kendall. It's in fact we're doing this as a cause for charity, right? We raised some monies towards an organization in Bethlehem that takes care of orphan kids. And basically, with the funding that we have, this particular organization will be able to make about 2,000 meals for these kids. They've got about 50 kids that they take care of, and with the funds that we've been able to raise, that's what we're going to be doing. But also, we're doing it as part of raising awareness around cycling, particularly black cycling. I think we see that there's a lot of clubs out there, but it's very rare to come across organized black cycling. And that's part of the reason why we started Proud Beginner Cycling, to really garner that support for black cyclists and literally give them a home to further their hobby. Yeah.
All right, nice one. And George, you I believe flew in for this chat.
Yeah. I was in Cape Town enjoying the holiday. Birthday yesterday. Yeah, today have to do it for the team. It's a key thing. Yeah, but yeah.
Now, it's something else that I wanted to check with you was you're doing this trip for a couple of things. You've mentioned that you want to raise the profile of black cycling. You also want to help these kids in this charity that you've got in Bloemfontein. How did you get to identify this particular charity?
Well, there is what we call a committee within the structures of the club itself that was set up specifically to look at the tour itself, and then part of the subcommittee was to look at which charity to identify along the route in the Free State. And of the two that we found, the one in Bethlehem was the most appealing in terms of what they need, non-perishable items, and therefore we felt the need to actually assist them. And they were very upfront in terms of the things that they would like to have, and these are things that are achievable. So we felt it is much more within us for the team to garner that. So from the entire committee and the entire members itself, then it makes sense that we can contribute something.
Right.
Yeah, to that.
Now, Mimi, I noticed that you are the only one who's not in the kit, but I also believe that that's got nothing to do with your prowess as an athlete. You do Ironman races.
I do triathlons.
Triathlons.
Yeah, my next one is half Ironman in East London in January. Yeah.
In fact, the whole day we've been running a story on how Port Elizabeth has finally earned the right to host the next, I think it's 70.3 Ironman Championship, which a lot of people from the Eastern Cape are really happy about. Is this something you're going to be taking part in?
Yes, definitely.
All right, cool. Now, tell me about training for this particular 500-odd kilometer cycling race. How do you do that?
It involves a lot of training. You have to cycle a lot. Mostly weekends we go out and cycle to certain distance, per hours. Yeah, more training and more training.
And just to add to that, I mean, we had a structured 9-week training program that involved a lot of road cycling, long distances, just to simulate the type of distances we'll be doing on a daily basis over the 3 days that we're doing it, but also doing high intensity interval training, getting into the gym on a stationary bike and really working hard at making sure that we get our fitness levels down. Yeah.
Now, okay, we've got a bike here, and it's got some very interesting things on it, like a lot of stickers and so on and so forth. Can you tell us a little bit, whose bike is this?
It's my bike.
It's your bike?
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about this bike?
What do you want to know?
Well, look, I mean, specifically, look,
Okay.
it looks high tech. It looks quite specialized. A lot of things that I wouldn't have on my bike. Can you tell us what's going on with this particular bike?
Okay, well, this is it's an Argon 18 gallium bike. Basically, it's got a full carbon frame. It's running 105 Altegra Shimano group sets on it, which is basically the gears, the brakes, and everything that you see over there that looks like it's mechanical. It's a medium-sized frame, and basically with bikes, you would go through a process of actually fitting for the bike, right?
Right.
So this particular bike, my friend George might be about the same size as me, but he wouldn't be able to comfortably ride on this bike because it's been specifically set up for my body, you know. So even the reach, the pedaling, the height of the seat, how far forward the seat is, everything on this bike is designed around me and my riding style and my body.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, cool. Now let's come back to, thanks for that, because that's actually quite interesting. I was wondering, like, you know, what's special about this bike, because it does look quite special. You did mention it's like it's a Ferrari of bikes as opposed to a Mercedes-Benz. George, look, with regards to this trip that you guys are going on now, when do you leave?
We leave on next week Wednesday. Actually, we leave like early 4 a.m. We must be in Sasolburg, and then we depart Sasolburg at around 7 after having light meal, and then we head all the way to Bethlehem. We should finish that by 7 hours. So we aim to arrive by 1600 to be able to go to the charity and do the donation, and that will take us about 189 Ks in one day. And then after that, then the following day we wake up again.
That's as long as the Tour de France stage.
Yeah, the second day is the hectic one, because then we have to go through the Drakensberg, basically. That is, we sleep at Winterton, past the Sterkfontein Dam. So it's quite a scenic route. It's also supposed to take us about 7 hours, again arriving at 1600 as well. So that last day, day 3, then is the last hurdle, which is the 154. So that should take us through the Escort, and then all the way to Moe River, then Pietermaritzburg at the Southern Sunday, or Toho Sunday as it is.
3 days?
Yeah,
wow.
3 days. Yeah.
Can you just tell me quickly, in like 30 seconds or less, the kind of support services that you guys have put in place for this 3-day trip?
We have, I think, 3 backup cars.
Yeah.
The
medics.
Yeah.
Have to have food.
Yeah, food on the road.
Sure. I suppose you've got like medics that are going to be traveling with you.
Yes.
Maybe 1 or 2 people that are going to be having spare bikes for you.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You have to have basically everything. The whole shop is on one of the 2 cars, basically, because there's 3 cars, one at the back, one in the front. And the other one is more like a moving around car. Yes.
I want to thank you very much for coming through. In fact, what I hope that you do when you are done with the trip and you are back in Joburg, please do come back. Give us an idea of what went down and what you've got planned next.
No, awesome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, Mimi, George, and Kena. Wishing you the best for next week, Wednesday.
Cheers.
There you go. Now, the South African cricket team is determined to whitewash the Australians in their 5-match ODI series. The home side has already clinched the series and is confident ahead of the 4th game in Port Elizabeth on Sunday.